Parliamentary Committee on Energy led by Mwala MP Vincent Musyoka today questioned independent power producers over the surging cost of electricity. The producers, Gulf and Thika Power, defended themselves despite doubts from the legislators on why they continue to receive millions of money even when they were not supplying Kenya Power with electricity.
April 1st, 2023, the Energy and Petroleum Regulatory Authority announced a significant rise in the cost of electricity by 63%. Kenyans have continued to bear with the high electricity cost amid tough economic times. The Energy Committee today questioned independent power producers, Gulf and Thika Power, on the surging cost, with the latter failing to explain the cost of power per kilowatts and the amount paid to them by Kenya Power.
Tell us, charge energy, tell us in this period, how much has Kenya Power paid you?
Might be difficult to provide that information the way he is asking it, because that is not the way our engagement with KPLC is structured. I explained in detail how it is structured. If we take that approach, I think we will be misleading this committee.
The companies were tasked to explain the high cost of power offered to Kenya Power as compared to Kengen's rates.
We cannot authoritatively talk about Kengen's own charging, so we provided the charges from our own power plant because that's what we know. We've seen Kengen rates in media, but I don't believe necessarily we have the authority to speak about how they charge. But suffice it to say that we have a thermal plant, and the only basis of good comparison would be with other thermal plants, either other IPPs or other Kengen, let's say, thermal plants from Kengen. We are aware that Kengen has a portfolio of generation sources, from hydro to geothermal, and they may have different numbers and different tariffs.
With the Committee on Energy casting doubts as to why the contracts were in foreign currency and proposing renegotiation of the contracts offered to them by the ministry, which will include use of local currency, the two companies bowed to pressure and agreed to re-engage with the ministry.
So being put across is, are we ready to renegotiate the PPS? Again, we are open to the proposals that either Kenya Power or Ministry of Energy or the Parliament may have, and we will be looking at them to see.
And we are always willing to engage. We send proposals on how we can tackle the whole thing about cost of electricity sustainably. The second one is we invited the proposal that has been put on the floor to visit the facilities. It's good. If members are willing, we would be certainly very welcoming to do that.
This comes as the Energy and Petroleum Regulatory Authority is set to announce new fuel prices tomorrow. Kenyans are set to pay even more, with Kenya Power also expected to increase the cost of electricity after the finance bill was assented into law by President William Ruto. Ian Keitani, Look Up TV.